Step Out, Step In is a weekly podcast to encourage, motivate, inspire you to step out of your comfort zone, to step in to what you have been designed for and to do. Hello, this is David Joe. Please join me this and every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Step Out, Step In podcast, live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, like and follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn. One more favor, share and comment. Hope to see you on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're watching from. Once again, thank you for tuning in to episode 30 of my weekly Step Out, Step In podcast. Sorry for the delay in signing on to it. You know, technology, you never get 100%. There were a few technical glitches, but thank God we've been able to bypass it, overcome it, and come on. All right, so once again, thank you so much, and I trust that you enjoyed your Memorial holiday if you're in the United States, and your spring bank is a spring bank holiday in the United Kingdom. Yeah, I trust you enjoyed it, and again, I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my YouTube page. If you haven't done so yet, please, the opportunity is still there. Let's subscribe, like, comment. And do all that and let's share as well. And follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn. And if you can support this podcast, let me see if I can drop the link in the comment section. Let's see here. It is called Buy Me a Coffee. Okay. You know, sometimes the network has a mind of its own. Okay, let's see here. Okay, it says buy me a coffee. Let me copy this link and put it in there. Let's see, just one moment. And again, thank you for tuning in. And if you're in there, if you can share the link with somebody, and let someone also share with another person, and let's keep it rolling. Okay. All right. I just post the link in there. Click on it, and you can at least support with $5. I'm a coffee drinker. All right. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode 30. Can you believe that? Episode 30. And let me introduce myself. My name is David, and I'm a person of faith. I am a husband, a father to my biological and spiritual, wonderful, amazing children. And most importantly, I am your friend. Thank you again. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I know this doesn't happen most often, but if you happen to get the chance to go to my YouTube page, you can look at the other, or you can watch the other episodes, comment, and you can also make suggestions as to some of the topics you want me to treat. In fact, and I keep saying this podcast was based on the first book I wrote, Step Out, Step In, and I'm doing this based on that book. As we go along, there are other topics that we'll be dealing with as well. And again, this is episode 30, and in episode 30 we'll be talking about change. It's just one title: change. Change is something everyone goes through at any given time, whether you like it or not. We all go through change. Change can be inevitable. Whether you like it or not, it will happen. Change can be intentional or deliberate. You have to make an effort to let it happen. Change is something a lot of people are scared of. A lot of people are scared of change. My spiritual father puts it this way, that the only person who likes change is a baby with a wet diaper. And I think it's true, because when a baby has a wet diaper on, he or she will cry till you change that diaper. It's something that makes them very uncomfortable. And most of the time, change does not happen overnight. Change can be it can be a process. It can take time that requires patience. So just before we get along, let me try to define change from the dictionary perspective. It says that change is to make someone or something different, alter, or modify. Or the other meaning or the other definition is the act of instance or of making or becoming different. And in my personal observation or my personal view, I believe that there are two kinds of change. We have the automatic change, whether I like it or not, it's going to happen, which is related to our age. Whether I like it or not, you're going to age every day, day in and day out. You're growing, you're aging. You don't have to do anything about it. It comes automatically. And if you've ever done this, if you can compare the picture you took about 5 years, I think 5 years might be too long, just last year, and you compare it to your present state now, you can identify some changes. I mean, if you go 5 years back, yes, there are a lot of changes that you can identify, and you notice that a dramatic change. Number two, the intentional or the deliberate change. This is a change you make personally, you make intentionally or deliberately. So let's look at what is the main purpose of change. What is the main purpose of change? Change also means to evolve, or to evolve is to change. And you may believe that you are subject to change. Every one of us is subject to change. That things are outside, things that are outside of our control. Alternatively, you may believe that you create change, that you are the master of your actions, your free will. To resist the reality of change is to be in a state of denial. To resist the reality of change is to be in the state of denial. Denial is a defense mechanism in the face of fear. When you find yourself in, and change for some people can be very uncomfortable and very scary. Change for some people can be very uncomfortable and very scary. The prospect of unknown can trigger a range of emotions that can be unsettling. Fear has its place as a source of protection and safety. To evolve, however, is necessary to step beyond fear and take action towards positive change. Now, we're talking about positive change. By accepting change, you create an allowance to flow with it. You create an allowance to flow with it. By managing your fear, you gain the capacity to crystallize perspectives, to discover opportunities, to mobilize resources towards the creation of your optimal reality. In dealing with change, usually a range of choices is presented. That you go through a whole range of choices, and therefore you need to make those decisions, and that is needed. You need that for the decisions to be made. You need that for that aspect. And I'll say this, to effectively make decisions is the best to utilize both your left brain, the rational thinking side, and the right brain, the right brain, the intuitive and creative process. Carefully considering what your choices are and weighing up the pros and cons can be complemented by mapping out the bigger picture of your situation and being guided intuitively by how you instinctively feel on any given matter. Once again, thank you for tuning in. This is episode 30. If you're just tuning in, you can also share the link with at least one person, and let's do this together. And, sometimes you may need to grieve the loss of what you may be leaving behind in the wake of changes or the change that you make. Change may occur in stages that require you to be patient. It requires you to be patient and considered in your responses, or change may be sudden and may cause more instinctive reaction in it. There are certain changes that come in suddenly. You wouldn't have any control over it. And depending on your personality trait, you may have a pattern of how to tend to deal with the change or your change. Let me say this, self-reflection on these patterns may reveal some core beliefs, some of which may be helpful and others unhelpful to your situation. This awareness may serve to guide you in your decision making. Whatever your situation is or may be in which change is occurring, it is important to discover your purpose within it and to find courage to take a course of action that best suits your purpose. George Bernard Shaw, he's an Irish playwright, a critic, he was an Irish playwright, a critic, a political activist, once stated, and I quote, "Progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything." Says progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. End of quote. He said progress is impossible. Now, progress is fundamental. It's a fundamental aspect of human society. Everybody wants to progress. I've never seen anyone who said, I don't want to progress. It is the engine that drives growth. It is the engine that drives development. And it is what propels you and I forward towards a better future. But progress is not always easy to achieve. It requires us to be willing to embrace change and to be open to new ideas and perspectives. Let it sink in a little bit. Without these qualities, progress becomes impossible, and we risk falling behind in an ever-changing world. Now, look at how things are going now. The world is changing at a very fast pace. Now, AI is taking over, and you and I cannot be playing catch-up if we decide not to change and decide to stay in our old state. you know. And the idea that progress is impossible without change is a timeless one. And it has been echoed by many great thinkers throughout history. Perhaps one of the most famous proponents of this idea was the Irish writer George Bernard Shaw. And progress is impossible without change, which he said, those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. And it's so sad when sometimes you hear people say that I will not change, or I cannot change, or I'm not going to change. Really? Shaw's words are a powerful reminder of the importance of adaptability and flexibility in achieving progress. Let me say that again. Bernard Shaw's words are a powerful reminder of the importance of adaptability and flexibility in achieving progress. We all want to achieve progress. We all want to progress. And if we are not willing to change our minds, to let go of the old ideas and beliefs, and to be open to new possibilities, we risk becoming stagnant and obsolete. Many years ago, we had these typewriters that had this ribbon, and anytime you made a mistake, you have to have a whiteout to just write it out, to push it back and type over it. And it had been in existence for quite a while, and technology advanced, and it went to those electronic typewriters. Now, those who were so much used to the manual one with a ribbon and said they weren't going to change. I mean, some people were using it for business purposes. You go to the public area, we had these people that would type out your letters and charge you something. Back in the days, computers and stuff were not available to everyone, typewriters as well. So they had people in the public sector that when you go in there, they'll do your work, they type out your work for you. And those people, those who decided not to upgrade from the manual one to the electronic one when it was first introduced, they became obsolete. They went out of business. The same way when the electronic typewriters were in existence for a while, that is when technology also advanced and computers came out. Now, those who decided they were so much comfortable with the electronic typewriters, they didn't want to use the computers, because even with the electronic typewriters, when it made a mistake, it had its own eraser. So you hit on the eraser and it will erase. Sometimes it messes up the papers a little bit, but they were comfortable with it. And they decided, those who decided they weren't going to change, they became obsolete and they went out of business as well. So those who upgraded themselves had the opportunity to advance and to progress in their business. You and I know what computers have been doing and have done for all these years. You type something on the computer, you print it out, it's so neat, so, presentable. So this is true not only for individuals, but for society as a whole. If you're not willing to change, if we are not willing to change our minds, if we're not willing to let go of the old ideas and beliefs and be open to new possibilities, we risk becoming stagnant and obsolete. In today's fast-paced and rapidly changing world, there's a need. The need for adaptability and flexibility has never been more critical. It has never been more critical. You know, technological advances, social movements, and economic shifts are transforming the world around us at an unprecedented pace. To keep up with these changes, we must be willing to challenge our assumptions. We must be willing to question the status quo. And we must be open to new ideas and perspectives. The ability to change our minds is not always going to be easy. It is not always easy. It's not always going to be easy. We may be attached to our beliefs. We may be attached to our values and our way of life. We may fear the unknown and be a resistance to change. However, ladies and gentlemen, it is precisely in these moments that we must push ourselves to be open to new possibilities and to embrace the opportunities that change can bring. By embracing these changes can unlock the potential for innovation, for transformation, and a better future for ourselves and for the generations to come. Winston Churchill made a statement one time, and I quote, "To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often." And I believe that you and I are not looking for perfection, but we're looking for excellence. I mean, looking at everything, the only perfect person that walked upon the surface of this earth was Jesus Christ. Apart from him, no other person is perfect. That is why when you try to work towards perfection, it becomes so challenging. But excellence is achievable, it's attainable. You know, Winston Churchill said this in response to criticisms about the fact that he changed political parties. Indeed, this quote is the essence of change intelligence. And to lead change, you and I must start with ourselves first. If we want to lead change, we need to start with ourselves first. And leading change can often feel like a war zone. You know, I've said in military before, peacekeeping mission during my career, and it was a war zone. So it can feel like you're in a war zone. And when you're in a war zone, you're devising plans and strategies, arming yourselves with tools and tactics, focusing on the mission and averting scope creep, engaging stakeholders, both allies and enemies, overcoming resistance, striving for small wins during the many battles to win the war, avoiding landmines, juggling scarce resources, regrouping and redeploying, coping with stress and battle fatigue, negotiating terms and conditions. I could go on and on and on and on. And the analogies are seemingly endless. And if you want to get better at anything, you have to accept change. If you want to get better at anything, you have to accept change. Change is a natural and beautiful process. It is a natural and a beautiful process that leads to growth, both internally and externally. Let me say that again. Change is a natural and beautiful process that leads to growth, both internally and externally. You know, and without change, you and I will become stagnant and stale. We'll be stagnant and stale. You have to stop holding on to the status quo. That is not achieving anything. You know, Winston Churchill, making the statement, was saying to you and I that continuous change and improvement are essential to excellence. And he in that statement, he's encouraging you and I as leaders to remain adaptable and growth oriented. Now we have to remain adaptable and growth oriented. You know, and as an individual, let's aim to continuously change and adapt. Continuously change and adapt. And by changing your habits, your actions, and internal thoughts, it helps you to adapt and to evolve. As you watch and as you listen to me, I know there's a level of fear that comes with change. There's a level of fear that happens when you want to change. But in order to embrace that change, let's step out and be adaptable. Let's step out and be growth oriented. Now, change is not going to happen overnight. As I said earlier on, it's a process. And sometimes the process is painful. Sometimes the process hurts. Sometimes the process gets you or makes you discouraged. But as you embrace it, as you stick in there, there's always going to be a difference. You're always going to make a difference. Let's be adaptable. Let's be growth oriented. And I will be right back. Okay, I don't know what is happening. All right, let's see here. Okay. Okay. All right, so one thing I want to say and as I end is step out of every distraction and step in being focused. And I always say that the world needs your unique gifts, talents, and abilities. You're loaded, you're packaged. God loaded you, packaged you. He, in fact, finished you before he brought you in this world to begin what he had already finished. Nobody came into this world empty-handed. You did not come into this world empty-handed. God loaded you, packaged you so well, made you so unique. That is why you're one of a kind. Anything custom made, you never get a duplicate anywhere. You are the original. You are the the original of God with His signature on you. And I want to say to you that don't leave this world with those gifts, talents, abilities still unwrapped inside you. Step out and step in to the full potential that God has made you. And again, thank you for tuning in to my Step Out, Step In podcast live on Facebook. If you happen to stumble upon the replay, I also want to thank you for clicking on it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet done so, and share, comment, and also click on the Buy Me a Coffee link. It's in there. I actually posted it in the comment section. And please comment, let me know how it's going. And, I tried to play this thing, but he wouldn't play. Just one moment. No matter what, this is not going to stop us from doing this. Okay. All right. Please bear with me. Let me fix this real quick. Okay, let's see here. I don't know why it's not being friendly today. All right, just let me try this one too. Just bear with me. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. And episode 30 has been about change. Okay. All right, so let me know in the comment section if you have any, if you want to say anything in the comment section. I would greatly appreciate that. Let's see. All right, so before I sign off, I don't know why this is not responding today. Okay. All right, so let me say this. If you're within the Stafford County in Northern Virginia, Fredericksburg, Quantico, Dumfries, I would like to personally invite you to worship with us every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for now. The address is 1449 Courthouse Road, Stafford, Virginia. For any other or any further information, you can visit us on the web, www.allnationsva.org, allnationsva.org. And let's see here. I also want to introduce my spiritual father, and he has this live Ambassador of Hope teachings he does every day. And on Facebook and YouTube. And he started a whole new series. he started a whole new series, which the first part is a pick, the one thing. Everybody has the one thing. Everybody has the one thing. Yeah. Okay. So tune in every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Yeah, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Yep. On Facebook and LinkedIn, the Ambassador of Hope, and Franco Fusapia, the official. All right. And okay, let's see. Change is indeed a big problem. It is our. Okay, thank you so much. Let's see if we can put the comments on here. Add the comment. Leo sir. Thank you so much. It's true. Change is indeed a big problem. And for us to evolve, for us to catch up and advance, we need to be adaptable, and we need to be flexible as well. And we need to embrace change. This has been more critical. And again, thank you all so much for tuning in to my live Step Out, Step In podcast, episode 30. For some reason, the system didn't want to be friendly today. I don't know why, but probably it's because it's a holiday. All right, so once again, thank you all so much for hanging in there with me. And same time next week, I'll be coming your way with another topic that we'll talk about. And until we meet again, have a wonderful, amazing, fruitful, and a productive week. And again, my name is David Jill. Say goodbye. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Have a wonderful and amazing week. Goodbye.